He's a former Playboy model turned lawyer. Corri Fetman writes a blog called The Love Lawyer at chicagonow.com.
She's joining us this morning. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Nice
Great. How are you?
Great. Thanks for coming in.
So things we need to know, just in case things go wrong in a marriage. And the first tip is run a background check. Boy, that seems like a bad way to start.
Yes, it does. But do you really know who you're marrying? I mean, that's what you want to ask,
So
okay?
before you get married, run a background check.
Yes, okay. Is it romantic? No. Is it necessary? Yes.
So what kind of things are you looking for?
Okay. So what is the search going to show you, right?
Yeah.
First of all, a criminal background, right?
Right.
And I recently had something happen in my office that I can illustrate with this. I had a woman come to me. She wanted a prenuptial agreement. She had quite a bit of assets to protect. She didn't know this guy that long, you know, the whirlwind romance.
Right. Yeah.
Comes in, and I said, you know, some of this is not adding up. We need to run a background check on this guy. We did, and he was wanted in 3 states for armed robbery.
Wow.
That doesn't necessarily mean he hasn't
nice
changed or had a big heart.
No.
right.
Okay, and then the next thing that, you know, the background check can show you is their finances.
Yeah.
Does he really own this mansion in Bel Air? Okay.
Okay.
So
is
there's a lot
the
of
IRS
information.
coming after you?
All
Right?
Let's move on. You
Do
mentioned
you run that? How often do you do that? Before you get married? Should you do it every
You should do it
month
before
afterwards?
you get married.
Okay.
I mean, this is before you're married.
All right. Fair enough.
You mentioned the prenup, and you think the prenup's designed to protect the person who's bringing the money to the table. Is there anything in it for the other person who maybe doesn't have the money?
Well, obviously, the prenuptial agreement is really for the breadwinner. I mean, they're going to propose that they want a prenuptial agreement. But the non-breadwinner can use it to their advantage in some cases. For example, they can negotiate some of the rights that they would be giving up. So they really have to know what it is that they're giving up so they can understand what they're negotiating. They can get a larger percentage of the estate if they're negotiating it well.
So each has a lawyer, even though you haven't even gotten married yet.
Exactly.
Had this conversation over dinner, maybe.
And then there's the cheating clause.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. You can negotiate most anything in a prenuptial agreement that you want, as long as it doesn't contravene public policy. So, for example, the non-breadwinner can say, okay, well, if you're cheating, I want this to be invalid. I want the agreement to be invalid if I catch you cheating.
Okay. Wow.
You just have to make sure that the cheating clause is drafted tightly.
All right.
Fair enough, as we've always said.
Yeah. And tip number 3, think before you post or hit send on social media.
All I have to say is Brett Favre, Anthony Weiner, Tiger Woods, Tony Parker. I mean, anything that you're sending out, emails, text, you're posting on LinkedIn, it's traceable, okay?
And part of the process of a divorce, perhaps?
Yes, and we can use it against you. Also, what's really key is not all oral is equal. Okay, so what do I mean by that?
Yeah, what do you
Gotta get that cleared up.
When you leave a message on a voicemail, when you leave a message on an answering machine, there's no reasonable expectation of privacy. That can be also used against you. So you want to take a tip from The Sopranos. Talk in person.
Say little.
All right. Know you and your spouse's finances and keep meticulous records.
That's a no-brainer, but you know, everybody violates it. I have people come in my office, they don't know anything about the finances, they don't know what's in the checking account. I mean, there's all kinds of reasons. You want to trace things out, you want to know whether there's non-marital property, there's marital property. So you should have copies of your tax returns, have copies of your bank statements. All very, very important if you're going to go through a divorce.
All right. And you say,
or even for estate planning.
Yeah.
Sure.
Shop around for a divorce attorney. I mean, there are big differences in...
You're going to shop around for a doctor, right? You want to know what you're getting into. You're going to get another opinion. You should be comfortable with that person. They should have the same vibe. They should take your questions. They should answer your phone calls. Just make sure that that person is the right person for you or the right attorney for you. It's no different than anything else that you're doing.
Great.
All right. You feel like a better person?
Yeah, I think we've made the world a better place, especially for all the lovebirds out there.
Well, thank you, Corri.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
For more information on Corri Fetman's practice, you can check out her website, cfalawfirm.com.